Hey Mr. Simmering, this is Noah Carwin, and this is my student video project. I was given criteria B, in which I was asked to find the 5 things. I was asked to graph the equation, find the asymptotes, the holes, the domain, and the limits. I will do that by first simplifying, then finding my restrictions, then my holes and vertical asymptotes, then the domain, the graph, and my limits slash horizontal asymptotes. So my first equation is x squared minus 10x plus 16 divided by x squared minus 4. So the first step we need to do is simplify, which is x minus 6 and x minus 8 and x minus 2, which adds to give me negative 10 and positive 16 when you multiply. And x squared minus 4 would go to x plus 2 and x minus 2. My restrictions would be x cannot equal negative 2 and 2. When we simplify this, the x equals minus 2 would both go out, so those would be the holes. So the positive 2 would be the holes, or the hole. So the hole is x equals 2. The vertical asymptote is x equals negative 2. And so let's go ahead and draw that on the graph. So the next step I did was find the domain, which is negative infinity to negative 2, which then goes to negative 2 to positive 2, and then 2 to infinity. Next step is I graphed it on my calculator. It looked like this. One sec. Let's look at it again. Look like this. So look like that. So after doing all that, I looked at my limits. So I typed in as x approaches infinity, or negative infinity, y approaches 1, and as x approaches infinity, y also approaches 1, which gives me a horizontal asymptote of 1. So there you are. My restrictions for my first equation are negative 2 and 2. The vertical asymptote is negative 2 and the hole is 2. My horizontal asymptote is 1. My limits are as x approaches negative infinity, y approaches 1. And as x approaches infinity, y also approaches 1. And the domain is negative infinity to 2. And then negative 2 to positive 2. And then 2 to infinity. Oh, also I need to draw that asymptote in.